Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whichever it happens to be. So we're going to show you real quick on your new Enterprise Chromebook how to group things together and organize things in terms of the apps and the programs that you've got installed. So this button down here in the bottom left-hand corner is your launcher. When you launch it, it brings up this menu of items. Up here at the top, frequently used ones, frequently opened files. Okay. Then down here, you'll notice mine has a bunch of folders with multiple icons on it that when I click on it, I can see all of the icons that are in there and scroll up or down. Okay. How does that work? Well, it's really kind of simple. You just take two regular icons, and when you drag one on top of the other and let go, it'll create a folder where you can put those and name that folder and group things together. If you've accidentally grouped things together and you've got one in the wrong place, you can simply click and drag on it to drag it out, and it'll drop it where you want at that point. Okay, so if I want to move this one down here, the graphical calculator, into my science folder, all I have to do is mouse over it until it stays, and sometimes that gets a little difficult. So let's move science down here, and you'll see it turns gray, and then you let go, and it's now in that folder. You can rearrange these in any particular order you want simply by grabbing them and moving them. Okay, you can also see that I've got two science ones, so I'm going to have to do something about that after I'm done with this section of the video. So that's how you quickly add those icons there. You can also add them down here on your toolbar. So if you wanted to put zoom down there, you simply right click on it and then pin to shelf. Remember, on a Chromebook, it's two fingers and tap on the touchpad to right click. So that's how you can take any icon that's in your launcher and add it down here to your bottom. There are some down here that you cannot remove that are locked there by IMS. If you right click on it down here and it says unpin, you can remove it. If you click on one that is put in here by IMS that you can't, when you right click on it, you won't see unpin. All right, so that's how you can add items to your launcher bar at the bottom, how you can rearrange and organize things in the launcher menu for all of your items on Chrome. All right, we thought we'd show you a way to keep some notes and information organized. This is not specific to a Chromebook. You could do this on a PC, you could do it on your phone. It's using an app or website called Google Keep. On your Chromebook, it'll probably be docked down here on the bar. I actually pinned it here. It wasn't done by IMS, but it says yellow icon with a light bulb. You can find that in your launcher, and I have mine in a folder called Google, this Google one here, where you'll see the Google Keep icon there. You can also just type in your address bar keep.google.com, or you can go to your Rubik's Cube and then Keep should be in there. Any one of those will take you to approximately the same site. The difference between the app here and the website there is that when you click the app, it launches it in a separate window, and it doesn't have the address bar, but other than that, they are functionally exactly identical. Okay, up here at the top, you can see I have notes that I've pinned, and I've also color coded them by topic. Okay, you manually color code them. Then you have all your other notes down below that. You can attach websites to notes. You can also, which is really cool, share notes with other people so that you have a common checklist of things to do. To start a new note, you simply click on the Take Note box here. Here's where you can colorize it. Here's where you can share it with people. You can add pictures. You can add links to websites. If you just paste a link in there, it'll put the website at the bottom. You can choose to pin it or unpin it here. And then perhaps one of the other features that you might be interested in is the ability to label things. So you can create a label or multiple labels on a note. Then over here on your left-hand side, you can click on any one of those labels to see just the notes that are done for those people. Okay, so that's Google Keep. It's a note-keeping tool for you across multiple platforms because it is web-based. All right, Google has introduced a new app called Gallery. It's only available on Chromebooks. If you got the latest software update for Chromebooks, you should see the Gallery icon when you click on the Start button down here and you search for Gallery. Once you see that button up here in your gallery or in one of your folders, you can right-click on it and you can pin it to shelf. So I've already got it pinned down here. So I'm going to open up Gallery and show you what it does. It's actually a really cool addition. Okay, we're really only going to show you the first two parts of it. The part where it lets you watch videos and listen to audio, it's fairly easy. You just say open video or open audio and then point to your Google Drive. We're going to deal with the editing images and filling out PDFs part of Gallery, because that's, I think, really super useful for teachers. So if you click on open image, it gives you some basic image editing tools. So you basically are just going to find a particular picture you want in your Google Drive and say open. And then you're going to get, zoom in, zoom out. You're also going to get a crop and rotate. So if we want to crop this, we can then just, move it down and get rid of some of the top. We can also move it in and get rid of the little bit of the side if we want. So we're done. And you can crop to proportions, ratios. You can rotate. Okay. You also have the ability to adjust the brightness, contrast, saturation, etc. But the really cool one is the draw tool. It lets you use different size pens, markers, and then you can pick colors and you can draw on the objects that you want to illustrate something in. So if you want to make me be a bad John, you can just do that. And then when you say done with the pen, you'll get the option over here to do a save over your original file, or you can do a save as by clicking the down arrow. Right now it's trying to render the picture with the edits. So you can say save as, and then put that right in your Google Drive. Okay, so we'll say this John 1. And we just save that edited picture to our Google Drive. Now, unfortunately, when you go into one of the gallery apps, the only way to get to any of the others is to close it and reopen it. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to quickly show you the PDF editing one. So you can click on Open PDF here. All right, I'm just going to do a quick search of my drive to find a PDF. Asterisk.pdf will show you all the PDFs in your Google Drive. All right, so we got a bunch of them here. We'll use this annual online compliance training one that was sent to us with the different modules we have to do for our online compliance training. You'll see it loads the PDF in here. And then we got a blank spot right here. Say we want to add to it. It's not really a PDF editor. We can't change this text that's already there, but we can add drawings and text to an existing PDF. So I'm going to click on the text box. I can pick my font, my color, my size, bold, italics, left, right, justify, all that. Then I'm going to click where I want the box to appear. And then I can add my text. Okay. And then when I click off of it, that text is in that box just like it was there originally. Okay. I can also come up here and then I can use my stylus on my Chromebook or my mouse if I'm doing it from a mouse I've plugged in. And my Chromebook is not touch sensitive with a stylus. Okay, and you can write on it with text in any color, any size. Then when you're done with these changes, you can click up here and go save as, and you can now save this anywhere in your Google Drive as a new document. You can do some basic PDF editing and some basic image editing right from your Chromebook now using the Gallery app. Probably misnamed. It's not a gallery of your photos or anything, but it does let you do some things to things that would be in a gallery. That's the Google Gallery app only on Chromebooks. Okay, Google has created yet another Chrome-only app, so you have to Chromebook-only app. So you'll have to be using your Chromebook to access one. It's a tool that's really designed for teachers. So if you click on your little start button here and you type in screencast, you'll see this little aqua-colored screencast icon. You may have to scroll down to get it, or you may have to search to get it. So what Screencast does is it's a screen recorder, just like Screencastify, Loom, WeVideo Recorder, any of those tools that let you record your screen and your image can be done through Screencast. The difference being is this is very easily integrated into a Google Classroom, and it has some additional features that those other tools don't have. Plus, it's EdLaw 2D compliant because it's made by Google as part of our package. So you can click up here to create a new screencast. But what I'm going to show you is the end result of it rather than doing a new one. So when you record your screencast, what you're going to get when you're done is not only the video itself, which will have you in a circle in the bottom and whatever you record on your desktop. You can play that video down here at the bottom, but it will also have a transcript at the side. And so you can edit the transcript if it mistranscribes something you say. One thing I haven't been able to figure out yet is if you can actually break up the transcript into smaller pieces. Like, for instance, you can see most of my video comes in this one big chunk here. And the reason why that's important is because these transcript points will, for the students, when it's posted into Google Classroom, allow them to jump to that section of the video. Also, as the teacher, you can edit your video and drop out sections by just clicking on the three dots and saying skip section. And what it will do is when it posts that video in Classroom is it'll go from the piece above it down to the piece below it, skipping that intermediate step. Okay, you can always click this little arrow to return it back into your recording. So it's actually a little quick editor also. From the student's perspective, and I can't really show you this in this video, I'd have to make a separate video for it. In the student section, when this is posted in Classroom, they'll click on the link. It'll bring them to a screencast page that looks similar to this. However, up at the top, they will be able to translate their script into any other language. So this is a really powerful tool for ELLs in that you can make a regular screen recording video for all of your students teaching your lesson, and they can instantly transcribe it into their language so they can hear you speaking in English but see you speaking in their language. So it's a really great ELL tool. This is the new Google Screencast tool, only available on Chromebooks. Okay, so once you're done with your video and you go back to the home screen, you will be able to use these three dots here to click the share button, and that's where you can get the link that you can post into Classroom. Note that you do have to, when you click the share button, say I'm going to share it with others, and then it gives you the anyone at Shen Schools can use this link that you just copied down here that you're going to put into Google Classroom. Keep it private, makes it only for you. Share with others is necessary in order for others to be able to see the screencast video. Okay, I get a lot of people asking me how to unzip files on a Chromebook. Normally, you don't need to unzip files on a Chromebook because you can't install software. But if you have a zip file that contains PDFs, for instance, 5 or 6 different PDFs, like from Teachers Pay Teachers, here's how you would open and move those PDFs to a spot where you can access them. You're going to click the little launcher button down here in the bottom corner, and you're going to type in Files to open the Files application that's on every Chromebook. When you're in that application, you're going to navigate to where that zip file has been stored on your computer, whether it's in the Downloads folder on your Chromebook or whether you put it in My Drive, doesn't matter. So you can see I have one here called Spectrum Zip. I'm going to double click on that file, and it's going to show me all the files that are inside it. Now, I can hold down my Control key and select all of those files, and I can click and drag them by holding down to my Google Drive if I want, or a folder within my Google Drive. Okay, you can also, once you have that zip file open, select multiple things, and then hit Control C, and then come over here and open up where you would like them to go. So I will put them in my John folder here, and then I can just scroll down to where the files are and click and paste them, and it will copy them into there right out of that zip. Okay, so that's how you move files out of a zip file on a Chromebook. Right, this is not an exhaustive list of things you can do with your new Enterprise Chromebook. There are a lot more tips and tricks. We have a whole help card for you that you can print out or download off of our website. And as always, please feel free to reach out via phone or email to either myself or Vanessa, and we'd be glad to help you with figuring out how to best use your Chromebook.